100%. ESPN was really supportive, and I appreciate it. All the executives had my back, so much appreciated.
Molly Qerim was reportedly dismissed from ESPN after her comments about Caitlin Clark. Her influence on fellow analysts was so strong that some began to question whether Caitlin was as talented as they initially believed.
She will do her best. I know she's talented, but she's not strong enough, and she doesn't have enough experience right now to compete at...
Caitlin Clark had a tough outing in her first playoff game against the Sun, and Molly Qerim was quick to highlight it, claiming Caitlin struggles under pressure. ESPN appeared to support this narrative by sharing a video on Instagram showcasing Caitlin's first playoff points. But they also included clips of 2 turnovers and 3 missed layups from earlier in the game, which many viewers found misleading. Caitlin also faced losses in both her Wnba regular season and playoff debuts against the Connecticut Sun. Some fans have criticized her demeanor, accusing her of throwing tantrums when calls didn't go her way, with a few suggesting that this attitude is the reason she hasn't won a championship yet.
Exactly what I'm saying, because I think it makes a mockery of the women's game. If the focus on, now we just have to have people because of marketing and their attention, and they're not as talented, and we're not putting the best team out.
As Caitlin Clark's star continues to rise, breaking records and surpassing expectations, Molly Qerim has taken a more critical stance. Rather than celebrating Caitlin's remarkable talent and impact on the WNBA, Molly has focused on narratives that undermine her success. This has led to speculation that jealousy might be influencing Molly's perspective, as she often diverts attention from Caitlin's accomplishments.
The biggest star in American sport, and I stand by it because she's the only one capable of taking nothing and making it something. The WNBA was nothing before Caitlin Clark, and she has made it into something.
The tension between Molly Qerim and Caitlin Clark has reached a boiling point, reflecting not just Molly's opinions, but also how the sports media perceives Clark's impact on the WNBA. Caitlin's journey represents more than her individual achievements. It symbolizes the advancement of women's sports and the voices that can either propel it forward or hold it back. Molly, recognized for her incisive commentary on ESPN's First Take has been a respected figure in sports media. However, her recent comments about Caitlin have sparked controversy, prompting many to question her true motives.
She's amazing in and of herself. She's an incredible basketball player. I think I can say that she's great, and I can say that there are 143 women that helped get the league to this place, that she could take it over the top, and it's okay. Like, that's not an affront to anyone.
When Molly Qerim suggested that Caitlin Clark's rising fame was more about her marketability than her basketball talent, many were taken aback. Critics argue that Qerim's comments overlooked Caitlin's undeniable skills. In her rookie season alone, Caitlin set multiple WNBA records, showing she's more than just a fan favorite. She's an elite athlete. So why would Molly downplay her abilities? Some speculate that Molly may feel threatened by Caitlin's rapid ascent. As Caitlin receives accolades from fans and media, it could be unsettling for someone like Molly, who has been a strong voice in sports media for years. By emphasizing Caitlin's popularity over her performance, Molly might be attempting to shift focus away from Caitlin's achievements, raising questions about her motives. Caitlin's success is also gaining global attention, a rarity for female athletes, particularly in the WNBA, which has struggled for visibility compared to men's leagues like the NBA. This unprecedented level of fame could be fueling Molly's critical stance.
Paying attention to the entire WNBA, and so are other people because of Caitlin Clark. I now know who A'ja Wilson is. I know what her game is about. I know how great she is because of Caitlin.
In this situation, it seems that Molly Qerim may feel her authority as a sports expert is being challenged, prompting her to downplay Caitlin Clark's achievements. By doing this, she might be trying to protect her position and control the narrative around what is considered exceptional in women's basketball. Her comments appear to reflect an effort to gatekeep, determining who deserves recognition rather than fully acknowledging Caitlin's groundbreaking successes. Caitlin has shattered multiple records, including a historic scoring season and surpassing Alyssa Thomas' assist record, milestones that typically warrant widespread acclaim. However, Qerim has largely overlooked these accomplishments, choosing instead to emphasize subjective qualities like fan appeal. This approach is puzzling, as sports analysts generally rely on concrete data for evaluations. By ignoring these statistics, Qerim's true motivations come into question.
The sole reason why the WNBA has grown in popularity. So attributing the growth of the women's game exclusively, keyword exclusively, to Caitlin Clark's stardom is just categorically false. Again, not taking anything away from Caitlin Clark, because I feel like whenever we have a conversation about Caitlin Clark and people try to be objective, Caitlin Clark fans take that objectivity as an attack on her talent and on her influence. And it's like, we're not attacking Caitlin Clark, we're just acknowledging that she's not the sole reason.
Caitlin Clark's ascent in the WNBA has been nothing short of extraordinary. From the beginning, she surpassed expectations, proving she's not just another talented rookie, but a true game changer with a lasting impact on the sport. Her skills are clear, her scoring, court vision, and leadership distinguish her from her peers. In her rookie season alone, she set the record for most points scored by a rookie in a single season, establishing herself as one of the league's most thrilling young talents. Unlike many players who shine in specific areas, Caitlin is a versatile, all-around player. She excels in scoring, facilitating, rebounding, and defending at an elite level, making her one of the most complete athletes in the WNBA. Her impressive shooting range has even led to comparisons with some of the greatest shooters in basketball history, male and female alike.
This girl, Caitlin Clark. Oh, let me throw this out. By the way,
it wasn't that anybody didn't think she was going to be successful or not play. It was just that we felt the other players in the W deserve shine as well.
Against all odds, Caitlin Clark has silenced her critics. She hasn't just adjusted to the challenges of the WNBA. She has flourished, breaking records and demonstrating her ability to excel at the professional level. Her performances on the court have won over skeptics, quickly establishing her as one of the most exciting and accomplished players in the game. Caitlin's journey has proven that she belongs in the WNBA, compelling even her toughest critics to recognize her talent and the significant impact she's making on the sport.
That level of greatness, that level of play on a consistent basis as a rookie puts you up in the upper echelon of any league.
It's common for analysts to highlight impressive achievements, especially when records are broken. Yet, Molly Qerim's lack of acknowledgement for Caitlin Clark's accomplishments stands out. Instead of celebrating Caitlin's record-breaking performances, Molly has shifted the conversation, suggesting that Caitlin's fame comes from fan admiration rather than her true talent. Why would someone with Molly's experience overlook such important milestones? Some believe it's because she feels overshadowed by Caitlin's rapid ascent. In the competitive media landscape, Caitlin's rising popularity might threaten Molly's influence, as she represents a fresh perspective that draws in audiences. By downplaying Caitlin's impressive season and her surpassing of Alyssa Thomas' assist record, Molly seems to be redirecting attention away from Caitlin's achievements. Rather than recognizing Caitlin as a standout talent, she focuses on aspects like viewership and fan appeal, which are easier to question.
She got rest, the schedule not as demanding, and now you're seeing Caitlin Clark. And for everybody who talked about, she's just a shooter, she's already set the all-time rookie assist record. For somebody who's the greatest scorer in college basketball history, her ability to be able to find the open person, it's something that you're born.
It was meant to be a defining moment for Clark, her highly anticipated playoff debut. But in an instant, everything changed unexpectedly.
Caitlin Clark played a terrible game, shot 4 of 17 from the field. The Indiana Fever got curb stomped by the Connecticut Sun. I get it. She had a bad game. Connecticut Sun looked good. They looked experienced. They brought a level of intensity and physicality that the Fever weren't ready for.
Harrington's accidental hit didn't just leave Clark with a swollen eye. It sent shockwaves throughout the entire basketball community.
There was no foul call. There was no real discussion of it on the ESPN broadcast. ESPN wrote a story after the game that did not mention that the biggest star in the history of the WNBA, the first woman to ever be the biggest star in American sports, was assaulted 2 minutes into the game on a dirty play with one of these women with these long fake fingernails that stabbed her in the eye.
You might assume a minor injury wouldn't matter much, but it significantly affected her performance.
Do you think that had any impact on the game? Do you think that your meal ticket should be stabbed in the eye intentionally on the court 2 minutes into the game And there's no problem here?
Clark's scoring dropped dramatically from an impressive 20 points per game to just 11. It's incredible how one moment can derail her standout rookie season so quickly.
It's not worthy of discussion. I read this ESPN story. Alyssa Thomas had a triple-double and so scored X number of points and the Connecticut Sun knock off the Fever. And I'm reading the story. I'm like, where's the mention of the fact that the Michael Jordan of the WNBA was assaulted, has a black eye during the second half of the game because Dejanay Carrington stabbed her with her fingernails in the eye?
This situation extends far beyond just Clark and Carrington. It has the potential to disrupt the entire WNBA landscape.
Caitlin Clark's trying to pass the ball in the first 2 minutes of the game, and this woman swats at the basketball and somehow decides to turn her hand down and her fingernails and jab them right into the eye of Caitlin Clark.
How will the league respond? What does this incident mean for player safety in the WNBA? The ripple effects could influence how the league approaches physical play in the future.
No foul call. No refs stopping the game to go. Is this a flagrant? None of that. Just everybody moved on. Your biggest star, your meal ticket, the reason why you have relevancy, just got stabbed and assaulted and nothing.
Stay tuned as we explore these questions further. A black eye may seem like a minor setback for a pro athlete, but for Clark, it disrupted more than just her vision. It impacted her entire game. Her coach had to completely rethink their strategy, and the stats clearly reflect the challenges Clark faced after that hit.
Has a history with Caitlin Clark, like many of these girls in the WNBA, but she's at the top of the list along with Kennedy Carter in Chicago and Angel Reese. Those three. But here's earlier in the season,